Troy, do you tithe?
Do I tithe?
Yes, sir.
No, I do not.
Okay. Well, good. Our question for today is, should a Christian tithe? Should a Christian tithe, or should we as Christians be tithing in this day and time? That's the question for today.
Well, let me just answer the question rather quickly. No, because tithing is not for the Christian. If you look at the word tithe, it means 10%.
10% of everything.
There's the key. That's the key. And the first time we see tithing is in the Old Testament.
Absolutely.
And it was a law for the Jews. And so in Deuteronomy chapter 14, Moses is given the commandments, and he says, you shall truly tithe all the increase of your grain in your field, and then you shall eat before the Lord, and also that you are to tithe your oil, your livestock, everything. And then he says, then if you can't take it to the temple, if you can't take it there, then you can exchange it for money.
That's right.
So that's one of the first things that I always say. So whenever you ask me, do I tithe? First thing I thought is like, well, I'm not a Hebrew. I'm not in the Old Testament. So no, I don't tithe.
Right.
But I don't think that's where you were going with that question.
No, we're just kind of setting up the question for today. But so in the New Testament, we're commanded to give.
That's right.
We're commanded to give. And the way that we give is not how they give. We are instructed to give 1 Corinthians 16, 1-2, as we prosper.
That's right.
So everybody's prospering is different. So we give as we prosper. 2 Corinthians 9-7 tells us to give cheerfully. So with the proper attitude, and according to our means, do we now give. If it were the case that we were to tithe in today's time, Paul would have told us. Not Paul, but only Paul, but any apostle who was inspired, who has any dealings with the Bible, would have made it known. God would have made it known to us that we need to tithe, but that's not the case. In
fact, you quoted there in Corinthians with Paul, and also there in 2 Corinthians chapter 9, Paul says, let each one give as he purposes in his heart.
That's right. Yeah.
And so if you really want to come right down to it, tithing is only 10%. Purposing in your heart could be a lot more than 10%, because it all boils down to the fact that we are stewards of God's blessings. And so if God has blessed you, if you have prospered, then you should give, and you can't outgive God. And so that means that our giving sometimes could be more than 10%.
Absolutely. You give as what is purposed in your heart, as how you, so, those are two different things. As you prosper and as you purpose, you could give more than what you prosper. It's just up to you. It might be in your heart to do such. At different times we make different amounts of money. You might get a bonus. You might get different things at different times. And so you would give more than what you would normally have as your normal income. And so, that's the law around giving. And it's not the same as tithing.
Amen.